It's absolutely sad. Today in America, the cost of living is spiraling out of control. Like in this video, you're going to see people talk about grocery prices just at an unprecedented level. People are paying like $200 for 3 bags of groceries that barely last them 3, 4 days, and they have to run back to the grocery store. And don't get me even started on insanely high fast food restaurants that are only going higher. At Chipotle, for instance, has gotten so outrageous in terms of pricing, and they're supposed to be cheap. But now they're starting to say that they're going to target high income clients. You're literally a fast food restaurant. And the portions have been less consistent, have been reduced, a lot of people claim. Which, you see this phenomenon at a lot of restaurants where they raise the prices, but they also decrease portions at the same time. So consumers are really getting hurt both ways. Just everything from rent to their car payments to just putting food on the table are putting such stress, putting such hurt on Americans. And people have to resort to taking out credit card debt in some cases to just survive, for basic survival. It is just a really, really sad reality we have in America these days. Keep watching this video.
I got a pack of ribeyes, the value pack that was 30. That was kind of the most expensive thing out of the bunch. A package of cookies, 2 loaves of sourdough, some Parmesan cheese, 2 things of the cheapest pasta I could find, and then some Boursin cheese and cherry tomatoes. And it was $105. I don't know how people are surviving. I don't know why it just hit me today. I live by myself, so maybe it just doesn't really hit me as often as people with families. But I really feel for you. I don't know how people are getting by other than just going into credit card debt and debt in general. And it's not just the grocery prices that are up right now. It's the overall cost of living. I mean, house prices, rent, vehicle prices, you name it. So if you have a little bit extra to give to others right now would be the time to do it coming into these holiday seasons, Christmas and the New Year's. Just if you know somebody, a single mom, whoever, just trying to make it, maybe get their groceries for a week, because this just really put it in perspective for me. I mean, I got 3 bags of groceries. And like I said, I live alone. So overall, the things right now don't affect me as much as someone that has a family. So if you have a little bit of extra, now is the time to do it.
I mean, it is absolutely ridiculous and sad. What this guy just said is absolutely true. You're spending over $100, and a lot of you guys might remember $100 used to mean a lot. Actually, it had a lot of value, and you could get carload of groceries. Now all it gets you is 3 bags, and you're barely even getting any protein in some cases. You have to go back in a couple of days. And it's also like what he said, everything else other than groceries are also going up. So people just have to take out credit card debt to live, I guess. Very sad. Keep watching.
All right, I'm going to read you a few headlines here. As you can see, companies will be increasing prices, pretty much saying that the party's over. They're going to now be passing the increased cost, the inflation, the tariffs onto you, the consumer. My statistics show that we pay about 13% now more for goods and services as an average. Here is a list of coffee and many other items going up currently. As you can see, coffee has gone up 19%. Expect more higher prices as companies will now be passing on tariffs to you. As an example, there is a 25% tariff on new cars. We have a tariff, an extra tax on pretty much everything, ranging from 10% to 147%. If you did not know, the U.S. importer pays the tariff and then gives it to the government. They are going to now be collecting 90% of that from you. You pay the tariff. It's a tax. It's the first time we've had tariffs since 1930. Free global trade is what a global economy needs. Hi, my name is Christina. I have a master's degree in business. I'm sorry to tell you, even though people are living paycheck to paycheck, it's going to get even worse. If you haven't seen other economic news that I've posted about home foreclosures, repossessions for cars, credit card delinquency, please check those out, because knowledge is power.
And I don't know, I just feel like a $500 plus car note is absurd. But also walking, not having a car and not having transportation is even more absurd. So like, what do we do in this economy? because you need a car. There's no way around it. Everybody can't go to a car place or dealership and just drop down cash. And I'm not even sure that's something that you should or would need to do. How much are y'all paying for these car notes? Like, how much are y'all spending on car notes plus car insurance? Because it's honestly getting even more ridiculous, but I low-key can't even be mad at people for paying that much money, because what do? You need a vehicle. People who don't have a car will tell you just how annoying and how hard it is not having transportation, not having a vehicle that you can just count on to have 24/7, or even having a reliable vehicle. Having a vehicle that's not reliable, that's always breaking down and causing you problems, is just as worse as not having a vehicle. So what do you do if you need reliable transportation?
I want to talk about all the things I can't afford right now. We can start with my glasses. I don't know if you can see, they're scratched to shit. They've been scratched to shit since last October, but I ran out of contacts, and my insurance doesn't cover my eye appointment, so not sure what to do about that. Those are usually about at least $300. What else? I need a new catalytic converter. Those cost about $1,500, $2,000. Not sure where that money's gonna come from. You could just be like, fuck it, I don't need a car, but I live in LA. Oh, what else? Oh, that's right. I just came back from a vet appointment for my dog. We went to an animal dentist because she needs dental work. And I got an estimate for the amount of dental work she would need. It's about $3,000. She needs 4 teeth extracted and a cleaning. So, did I mention I also owe $3,000 to the IRS? Yeah, that's on top of the $3,000 that I owe from the 2021 tax season. I've paid that down to about $1,000, but yeah, still paying it off. So that's about like $4,000 that I owe to the government. The government that's gonna kick in my student loans in September. $40,000. Also, I'm supposed to travel this summer, so I'll need a pet sitter. That's about $50 a day. I'll be gone for about 2 weeks. Before you guys are like, well, you can't like just travel when you're broke. You can't like summer in Greece. Bitch, I'm going camping with my friends. And then I'm visiting my family. I want to be able to visit my family. Don't come for me being like, well, you live in LA. If you lived in somewhere that was less expensive, you would be able to afford all this. Sure, I could live in Boise, Idaho, but Boise, Idaho doesn't have the career opportunities that I want. And also, are people in Boise, Idaho doing any better than I am right now? I don't think so. People in America seem not well. And if you are doing well, living under 100K in a major city, I want to talk to you. Like, are you just going home at the end of the day and just like drinking water and playing tiddlywinks? Is that what everyone's doing? I should learn how to play tiddlywinks.
I know several young men right now.
I mean, the way she said it might be comical, but if you really think about it, she definitely has a point. It's just the fact that cost of living is just getting insane in America, and there's so many things that you need to pay for that have gone up substantially in the past few years. For instance, a haircut that used to be $10, $15, and now goes more, well, over $40. I mean, just everything from, like in her case, hiring a dog sitter because she needs to travel and stuff. All those costs have gone up substantially, and it's sad that, but if you make under $100,000 and you live in a major city, you're probably living paycheck to paycheck and really struggling right now, which shouldn't be the way it is. But that's something that we really can't change, and something that's just super outrageous, and a lot of Americans are absolutely fed up with it. But let's keep on watching.
In their mid-20s who are living at home. They have full-time jobs. The rest of us are living in apartments. I get married in 4 months. We are not buying a house. I saw someone on Twitter call this permanent adolescence. That's exactly what it is. And it's going to get worse. Donald Trump just said he wants people that already own homes to see their home values go up. That's sounding a lot like I will never own a home. When we enrich boomers and Gen Xers at the expense of Gen Z, we are severing our ability to leave the nest. Why do you think people are having kids so late? I'm a capitalist, But I will tell you, this is exactly why democratic socialist figures like Zohran Mamdani are gaining so much popularity, because at least someone is listening to us. The future I think a lot of us see for ourselves is that we continue to live in boxes. AI replaces all of our jobs, and we have to live off some stimmy check from the government. That's bleak.
How are people surviving nowadays? Everything is so goddamn expensive, from cars to food to the damn movie theaters. I must have went to go watch the new Hunger Games last night, and that shit was like $37 just for 2 tickets. I'm like, alright, the tickets are already gonna be cheap. Let me try to save some money and get some snacks from the store. Shit, that shit was like $25. Then I get to the movie theaters, I'm gonna get popcorn, something to drink, and a hot dog. That shit came up to like $35. You're telling me it cost me about $100 just to go to the damn movies? Like, what happened to $5 movies and $25 on snacks? If you bought your ticket before, you can go in with a smooth dub and be cool. Not no more. This shit is outrageous.
Paycheck to paycheck. How about day to day? How about sunrise to sunset? How about meal to meal? It was a time where literally we were living solely on tips. That was it. Solely on tips. Tips were buying the gas and the groceries. It was either going to be McDonald's or ramen noodles. It's like we were aspiring to live paycheck to paycheck. That was the goal. We were reaching to be able to live a full 2 weeks and have everything covered. Bills, groceries, gas, little odds and ends type things that you need on a daily basis. Yeah, but when I look back, I think back. When I tell you we should be one of those people, like we should have had one of those stories where we were living in our car. There was no reason that we should be like have had a roof over our head and clothes on our backs for the entire time that we were going through that and living like that. First of all, if you're a single mom, shout out. If you are a child of a single mom and you are doing things to help, like working, I was working 12-hour shifts at the Cookout, girl. Like, it was a time, but I look back on that time and I'm grateful. We had a lot of good times, a lot of laughs. It was tough, and you, of course, like as a kid, you want things, you want to experience things, blah, 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 blah. But when I tell you, I wouldn't have wanted to do it with anybody else but my girl and my brother, period.
Americans are absolutely living paycheck to paycheck right now. 60%, in fact, are living paycheck to paycheck. And this is absolutely not okay because Americans built this country. They worked hard, dedicated their lives for this country, and they deserve way more. And this country, on paper, is the richest country the earth has ever seen. Yet its citizens are not feeling the benefits. Its citizens are absolutely struggling right now. You have so many people just struggling to pay their bills and put food on the table. And a lot of people are getting into credit card debt just to put food on the table. Not to mention, if you have any sort of problems, if you're a single mom, if you have, pets or any other things, I mean, they're just costing more and more money these days that people cannot afford. So many people are in so much debt, and so many people have to work longer hours to pay back the debt. It's just a really sad reality, a hamster wheel that most people in this country cannot get off. And something really needs to change because this is not okay. Let me know what you guys think about the cost of living situation in America. Thank you.